Hey guys, I am Vanguard doing a deck profile on Dimensional Police, Reverse Daiyusha. Um, as you see, my starter is Goyusha. Um, I think I said it in my other video with Dai Kaiser that this card, Goyusha, is actually one of the best options for a grade 3 starter. If this card was in any other decks, I'll probably use this kind of card also. This card is a consistency of a grade 3, which is really good. So if you don't have a 3 in your hand, I mean, you're certain that you're going to get a 3, so you're not... Sometimes I mulligan my 3s in plays, which it benefits me a lot, so I can pressure early game. So Goyusha is my starter. I'm running 4 reverse Daiyushas. If you don't know, reverse Daiyusha's effect is Limit Break, Counterblast 1, lock 2 of your dimensional robo units. It has to be a dimensional robo. And then minus your opponent's Vanguard by 10k. So with this and a break ride, that'll be... the opponent has to guard for at least 30k. So, I mean, this card is actually really beneficial. Even if you don't use the break ride, this card is so consistent with the effect. You can pressure mid game to late game full. That's why early game you have to run certain cards that can pressure the opponent from the start. And then as a support of grade 3s, I am running 9 total. So I am running 3 Dai Kaisers and 2 regular Daiyushas. I still do run Daiyushas because I want to cross ride if possible, so I can get the 13k defense. This deck is a little more defensive towards endgame and then really pressuring and fast and aggressive early game. So, and then if you know Dai Kaiser's effect, I probably introduced in one of my videos earlier. His effect is Counterblast 1, give the Vanguard 10k and a critical, and if I drive check a grade 3, it's retire one of the cards in the Guardian Circle, so buy perfect cards. With regular reverse Daiyusha's effect, that can actually put in some plays. I'll introduce you some strategies with this deck later on, so let's go to the grade 2 lineup. My grade 2 lineup is a little awkward, I can say, but I am running 4 Kaisers. Kaiser's effect, if a unit rides over this card, it can give 5k to the unit. So this is really good with Enigma Storm or Daiyusha. And then I run 4 Dai Dragons because he's 12k. I run 1 10k. And then I run 1 Dai Driller, which is Counterblast 1, give 4 to the Vanguard. So it's a little test I tried, which worked pretty successfully. I do consider running some other cards, but to be honest, I think there is no problem with this build. 10k is for the extra defense, and then the Dai Driller is for the extra power if I don't get into my Dai Landers, which my grade 1 lineups, I am running 4 Dai Mariners, 4 Dai Shields, which are really nice, perfect cards, and then I'm running Dai Tigers. This card is actually one of my best cards, if I have to put it, because this creates early pressure in the early game. So Dai Tiger is a good card for this deck. And then I'm running 2 Dai Landers. Dai Lander is Counterblast 1, give 4 to the Vanguard. So these 3 cards here would be the power boosters, and where I can actually use my Counterblast in early game. Trigger lineup, I am running 4 heals, 6 crit, and 6 draws. This is pretty standard, but for this deck, why I would run this kind of lineup instead of maybe 5 draws, 7 crit. This deck already creates a crit itself with the Dai Kaisers, and it does need more combo pieces, so I would prefer 6-6 as a better lineup. Some combos tips with this deck. I know the format now is Chaos Breaker around just the Japanese format. If you're worried about Chaos Breaker and if you love Dimensional Police like I do, you have to change strategies really. Like, you have to use your reverse Daiyushas as rear guards, and then you have to ride into your Kaiser and then run into Daiyusha, aim for the OTK, and then you have to go for early game. If you're playing around Chaos Breaker, you have to play without reverse Daiyusha is probably what you usually have to have in mind. Some other strategies, just if you can, you want to ride into Daiyusha first, maybe when you're at 2 or 3 damage, so you have to be really careful about your guarding, and then you want to ride into Kaiser and then reverse Daiyusha, so you can get the cross ride and the break ride effect at the same time. Which, I mean, I'm not saying you have to, but it is better in that format, so you can ride into him, give the critical to Daiyusha, and then ride him, so you can get the 11 defense until you get into your reverse Daiyusha. And with this deck, you have to make sure that you know when to go out and then you know when to conserve. So if you like this video or this deck profile, give thumbs up on my video, subscribe to I Am Vanguard. Image the victory. I am Vanguard.